Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Eddie, and in today's video we're gonna be talking about the 3 things I hate about my Model 3 after driving it for 1,000 miles. All right, so let's get straight into it. So one of my biggest complaints or cons, I guess, about the car are the phantom miles that disappear while the car is parked and it's hot outside. Yes, I do have my Sentry mode and cabin protection thing on, but the car isn't sitting for a couple of days. It's literally just sitting there for a couple hours, maybe like 4 to 8 hours at a time. And there was this one day where it was really hot. It was about 100 degrees, and I lost about 7 to 10% of my battery. It's something that I do mind, but at the same time, it's like it's not the biggest thing in the world because I would just go back home and charge it real quick. Or I do have my plug where maybe I can just kind of work around that, where I'll just charge it while I'm at work. I guess I heard about, but I didn't know like how severe or bad it was. But I would say that is probably one of my biggest pet peeves, is how the sun or the heat could honestly be a drain sucking for your battery. I'll show you guys what I mean. I'll go to the energy thing on my car and show you guys what I mean. All right guys, so it doesn't show me right now because obviously I just parked the car in order to record this video. But what would happen would be my screen time and my cabin overheat protection would be like at a 4 point something. I'm not sure why my screen time would be at a 4 point something if it's parked. So if you guys know what I could do to lower that down, please let me know in the comments below. This would be about like 1.7 to like point something, and that's just preconditioning because I'd be at work and I know I'm about to take my break. So go on my app, precondition the car so that way it's not too hot, as well as Sentry mode. But that also wouldn't be that much. It would be maybe like 1.7, 2.3, something like that, which I'm okay with because I want to see if something happens to my car, and I'm willing to like risk like a low percentage of my battery for that. But it would mostly be my screen time and my cabin overheat protection. So if you guys could let me know in the comments below on how to maybe lower that down so that way I could fix my problem, then that would actually make me really happy. So maybe if you guys know some tips and tricks, let me know. All right guys, so moving on to the second thing, let me ask you a question real quick. How important is it that your car looks well when you go out with friends, family, or whatever? You're just on the street. How important is it that your car looks well? Well, to me, it's somewhat important that my car looks like it's being taken care of. Or I want people to recognize that I do take care of my car and that it looks well. And with this bad boy behind me, it's kind of hard to do that because I just washed my car Sunday, and maybe I'm washing it wrong. Maybe you guys can leave some tips and tricks, but I'll show you guys around the car where it's Thursday right now, so it's already 4 days. It accumulates and attracts dust like no other car, and it's very noticeable as well too, especially when the sun hits it, because the paint that it actually has is very shiny and bright, and it looks amazing when it's like cleaned. But the dust or dirt around it kind of blocks it, and then you can kind of see from the sunlight covering it, or the sunlight gleams on it, the dust and the particles that it has around the car. I'll take you around the car and show you guys what I mean. All right, we'll start off from the back. Hopefully you guys can see what I mean. There's like those dust particles right there, and then as well as, oh look, it just did the free hands trunk or whatever. But then also look down here. It accumulates dirt like no other. Also, it attracts fingerprints like no other. So if you guys know any paint or what soap to use on this car to like make it not that recognizable, or harder for all this dirt or fingerprints to get on it, please let me know, because I do love this paint color. It like pops out, it's bright, especially up in this front bumper. Like, it's not as dirty right now, but like when I was driving on the highways, this thing collects mosquitoes, bugs, whatever I'm hitting throughout the highway. But yeah, like look at that dirt right there. I'm not sure what I'm getting into right there, to be honest. I don't really get on grass or anything. I'm not sure. I love the paint, but dang, this thing gets fairly dirty pretty quickly as well. So, but besides that, I love the paint color and I love the car. All right, so my third and final thing that I don't really enjoy about my Tesla Model 3 is that during road trips, especially on the highways, a lot of these speed signs get changed a lot, especially if there's construction, or I don't know. Last weekend I was traveling up to Bloomington, Indiana to hang out with some family, and on the way there was a lot of speed changes from like 70, 55, 45, construction zones, 70 again, 65, right? It just kept constantly changing. So one thing I noticed while this was happening is that Tesla reads the speed sign and then it adjusts that speed. So I would be going 70 miles per hour for a good like 3-5 miles, and then all of a sudden, boom, 55, 45 construction zone hits, and the car will instantly kind of stop, it feels like, especially if there's cars behind you. So it's kind of like annoying, and you gotta kind of be wary about that when you're doing the full self-driving or autopilot, I guess. Because I'm doing this full self-driving right now. I'm not sure if it happens with autopilot or if you can, or I don't know if you can keep that in a consistent like rate. Because I do adjust the speed limit to what I want it to be, and even though like it stays on that, as long as it's like say it's going 70 miles per hour, or that's what it says on the stop sign, I normally do like 78 to like 80 miles per hour. But if it sees it's 55, it will slow you down all the way to 55 within like 3 to 5 seconds, which is fairly fast, especially on the highway, and especially if there's cars coming behind you. But yeah, I felt like that was severely annoying to me. I'm not sure if that's so much Tesla's fault, or maybe if that's just the highway that I was just in. To me, it was just kind of annoying. I kind of wanted, like, if I set it to a certain speed limit with Tesla, I would hope it just honors it and like, all right, we'll stay at 75 the whole time, even though the speed limit does change. And I get it that like it wants to make sure that you see it, but most of the time, like when it changes to like a 55 or a 45 zone, it's like maybe for like 0.5 or like just 1 mile. So like if I go 70, especially like there's no construction workers, there's nothing really going on, I don't see that as a bad thing. So that was one of the other things that really annoyed me, and I'll see if I can get some footage of that. If not, I'll find something online and show you guys what I mean, if you guys don't know what I am talking about. But yeah, I would say those 3 things after driving this car for 1,000 miles are probably my biggest pet peeves, or my biggest cons or flaws to this car. And I thought I would just bring that to light, because I know maybe some people haven't covered this, or if you're trying to buy a new Tesla, these are some other factors that you can kind of factor in if you're deciding on whether you should buy or shouldn't buy. You should think about these other things. Like, I knew about them, but I didn't know how bad they were until I guess I got the car, or I guess until I got the car, picked up on some of the things I don't enjoy particularly. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and leave and in the comments below, let me know if you agree with some of these things, or if you have your own things that you don't enjoy about the car that maybe I missed or I won't get to until I drive the car a little bit more. Or if you guys even have solutions to my problems, that would be amazing, because I do love this car, and I'm gonna make a video on why I love this car so much on a later video, but I thought I would do the hates first. So yeah, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.